to a modern video playing Yorion Rhinos. This is the deck that we were preparing for Paris GP. We couldn't attend, but at least the deck is here and it's quite solid. We are on the draw against unknown opponent. Hard Fight is the name. They mulligan to 5. Scalding turn. Fetching 4. Steam Vents. Okay. It's a Ragavan. Alright. Then probably they are Murktide. And I'm mulligan to 5 with Murktide. It's very painful. We are playing our Wooded Foothills. We might use Solitude against this Ragavan. I think we take the play away. Okay, Ragavan is gone. They go to their second main phase. They have another land, Spybluff Canal, Ledger Shredder. That's a good card against us. And now we are going to fetch. And I guess we want the Absan, so the Indatha Triome. We play a tap. We pass to our turn. And we find an Arid Mesa. I guess we need some green mana, but we also need double blue. Well, I guess we just play Steam Vents like this and we pass the turn. We are going to bounce that Ledger Shredder end of turn. That's our plan. Maybe they have counterspell. But if they do, I don't think they will use it here in this spot. But who knows? Well, they do. Okay. Then I suppose we are going to play Teferi and bounce that. What do you think, guys? Yeah, let's play Temple Garden and or maybe Teferi later. We are going to play first the agent. They are going to draw this card, but I don't mind in this spot. I think they are so behind that this is not going to matter much. They could find a Spell Pierce, though. That's the risk we run. But knowing our hand is a quite controlled risk. They send a Murktide to the grave. They have Consider. They send a counterspell to the grave with a consider. They pass the turn. I guess here if they play a Murktide, it's completely fine. We'll play later Teferi and we're good to go. Expressive is not nice. But the same if they go for Murktide, we will bounce it. Okay, they put a channeler in the exile. And now the Legislator is significantly big. Wow, this is interesting. This is very interesting. We can attack with our Rhinos. We can pitch the Onath with Endurance. And then after they block, we can make damages with the fire to both creatures. Let's do that. Okay, no blocks. Interesting. I guess in that case, we might want to play Endurance on the spot. And we send their grave out of the grave. If we put it back in their library, in the bottom of the library in random order, very important random. When we play paper magic, randomize your buttons if you don't want to get a warning for game rule violation. Not enough randomization of the bottom of your deck. This is based on real cases that I observed in the last championships. People getting warnings for this. They send an expressive iteration to the grave. This Teferi feels great here. Bouncing the Ledger's Redder is pretty good. And if they try to go for double spell for making the Ledger's Redder bigger, that will put things more complicated from then. The opponent is going to play most probably a Murktide. Well, no, they cannot play a Murktide. They are going to use the Fairy Islet, I guess. Unholy Hit. Wow, that's interesting. That's something. Do they have another Unholy Hit then? That's the question. And what they are going to discard with the Legend Shredder. They discard a Ragavan, and then they send, well, they got the Leyline with a Ragavan and a land. That's pretty awesome. They attack, they leave us at 10. Now it's our turn. Let's play Teferi. Counterspell. Will we see a counterspell? No, they concede. No answers to Teferi. Alright, so for sideboarding, we take 4 Force of Negation out, 2 Brazen Borrowers, 1 Ardent Plea, and we will include in our deck 4 Mystical Disputes, and we are going to include 3 Endurances to interact with their ability to play an early Murktide or their ability to have 3/3 flying channeler. Also the Unholy Hit, very annoying. Hello and welcome to another game of Modern with Yorion Rhinos. We are in game 2, post-cyber game versus Murktide Izzet. I think we are going to keep this hand. Mystical Dispute is a powerhouse in this matchup. They mulligan to 6. They start with basic island, and we will start with Flooded Strand, for example. We pass the turn. We might fetch for basic island if we need, or just an island, a card with an island on it to be able to play the Mystical Dispute. Probably it's the Steam Vents, the card that we need in order to be able to later play Bandy. No, but we cannot. Let's go and find. So if we later get this, is island, mountain, and plains. And if we get this, it's forest, swamp, plains. Forest, swamp, plains. So yeah, I think with the Steam Vents is how we make possible to get an early Leyline Binding. Or we can have Leyline Binding for 2 anyway next turn. They look at us with Bubble and they draw. We play Arid Mesa, we pass the turn. I think we can start to play around. Moon, okay, they have Expressive. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for plains, and then I'm going to go for basic forest. Expressive, they find another expressive iteration that they put in the exile, so they cannot play it this turn. We are going to fetch for plains, and now we are going to fetch for basic forest, and we are going to cast the agent. They might have probably spell pierce or Flusterstorm. No, they don't. Okay, but they have access to explosives, so let's see if they don't play explosives in the next turn. Okay, let's just Shredder and hit. They will draw this card. Arithmesa. I guess here we want to play Omnath and pass. Let's attack with one Rhino. We play Omnath. We pass the turn. And next turn, if they have a Murktide, we will use the binding there. Pay to life, Omnath. We can do a very, very interesting next turn thanks to Omnath and the ability of producing 5 mana or subtlety with expressive iteration. I guess we want Omnath on top. Yeah, I guess so. Guess we do want Omnath on top. Let's put it on top. And now let's see what they have. They are playing a Ragavan with Dash, which is pretty interesting because obviously I'm going to block. Okay, Steam Vents. And now we play Omnath. Draw a card. Solitude. I guess we want to play this Solitude. Straight away, we look for, I think it doesn't matter really. Temple Garden, pay to life, get the ability of Omnath, cast Solitude. They will draw this card. Let's see if it's a Murktide or something good, like some explosives. No, it's a Scalding Tarn, so we can did a favor to them. And now we attack with the Rhino. And I guess there are very few things that bring them back to the game. Alright, so that was it. Thanks for the gains.